Hello, dear Gemini. Welcome to your mid-March check-in. As always, this is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave the rest behind. And if you would like to know about the cards that I'm using in this spread, please check the description box below, as well as you'll find information there on how to book a one-on-one reading with me, as well as for you aspiring readers, how you can join my new tarot course, Total Tarot. So let's hop into it, shall we? All right. So first three cards we have out here, just to lay down the foundations, we have Step by Step, the Messenger, and Monkey. So there's something here about maybe committing to a specific type of process or way of doing things. You're not really allowing yourself to play. You could be overlooking the message by thinking that things have to happen in a linear fashion. This monkey here suggests that it's time to play. It's time to really transform your work and lighten the load a little bit. And also like our monkey mind kind of keeps us from playing. All the things that we think about, the things that we have to do. So you may be in a state of perhaps some overwhelm, not really being able to receive the messages that are there for you. There's some type of challenge and you're looking at it from the perspective of, all right, well, maybe if I allow myself to see a few steps ahead, I can get to this place. Or perhaps looking too far ahead instead of checking out where you are and allowing yourself to complete things as they arise. So let's go a little bit deeper here. But first I want to see what's underneath. Here we have timing. So timing, it's all about timing, and perhaps you're a little tired of waiting for something. And perhaps you feel like your time is coming, and so you are trying to prepare in order to receive some type of luck here. This card wanted to come out. We have the Nine of Cups, and to me, that card usually signifies giving something without giving to yourself. It's like offering people all the fulfillment and joy and the things that you desire because you feel like that is the only way for you to receive it. It's like, no, we have to take care of ourselves first in order to be better able to work from an overflow, in order to really get a taste of our own medicine and feel if it's something that's right to put out into the world. And sometimes you might be motivated to do things based off of current trends or what people say works. But again, we're asking you here to play with things, to really stand in your own power here and not just follow through with a certain commitment or certain process just because others think that it's right. I feel like maybe you're compromising yourself in some way or avoiding doing things your own way with this Nine of Cups coming out. Let's see. What else do we have here? We have the Lover's card. So you may feel like you don't have a choice in something, and therefore your heart's not really in it. Times where we feel restricted or we feel like there's really no other option left, we end up becoming kind of oppressed by our own circumstances and therefore pressured to perform in some way instead of willingly participating. And so that's what's being kind of suggested here. Maybe you've moved away from something that you love in order to enter a more committed situation. But the Six of Swords here is saying it's time to make a move. It's time to transition to calmer waters. And perhaps that could be you seeking some type of solitude, or someone could be coming in and offering some type of support or a message for you that helps you make that transition, that helps you move in different ways, move to different spaces, doing things in a way that fits you and where your energy is at. We have the Moon card here too, which is releasing fears. I feel like this also has a lot to do with shadow work. It could also have a lot to do with things that came up with this new moon that we recently had in Pisces, which really brought out a lot of stuff in terms of how we create, how we take action, how we make space for the things that we desire, as well as encouraging us to change up that space, to really lift the veil on whatever we're seeing out there in the world and being able to truly apply it and see it in a new way in order to dream something different, dream of moving in a different way, dream of living in a different way. I'm also really drawn to this cave here, which can represent our subconscious. I mean, the moon already kind of does, but there's something here about needing to really like go into, okay, why do I think like this? Kind of challenging yourself in a certain light to be able to bring out your excellence, your natural born excellence. And here we have the Five of Cups reversed, which is signifying to me you're finding solutions. You're working with what you've got. You're figuring out a way to connect your here and now to the near future. And it's like there's going to be a long road ahead, and you're going to experience some emotional ups and downs. But it's all about just using what you've got and letting other things fall away that aren't yours. All right, let's pull one more card here. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles here, to me, suggests maybe you've been a bit scattered, not really planning on anything. It's just like you're kind of just doing things not according to your plan. It's like you're going off script. You're allowing yourself to kind of get off the trail here. And almost on the flip side of that, it's like you could also just be flying by the seat of your pants. And somehow it's offering you a bit more encouragement and helping you alleviate some of those fears. Maybe you're someone who is a bit of a planner, right? And when things go awry, you think that that's not the way, when in fact, it's showing you the way. And so you got to use that playfulness in order to, or creative, like that creative capacity that you have in order to intuitively find what is there for you. All right, so here we have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, which is telling me, you know, you've encountered a lot of setbacks. Maybe you're feeling really down about certain things, kind of worn out here. It's almost like you were focusing on one thing, but now you're a little like, oh, am I maybe a little overcommitted to something that's just not feeding you properly. It's just not offering you the type of support that you had hoped for. And it could be because of that Nine of Cups energy we were talking about before. Yes, because there again, we have the Nine of Cups crossing you. So it's something about you need to offer yourself something first before you give it out into the world. And then we have the Moon card again underneath you. There are a lot of fears about that. You know, maybe you're worried that someone won't recognize you, or that you'll get overlooked, or that, you know, by taking care of yourself, other things are going to kind of fall away and not happen for you. That whatever you have to offer, whatever you do is not going to be good enough. And that's just, honestly, it's because you have been lacking in the very things that you desire to give or have given. Above you, we have the Hermit card reversed, which is like, it's a need to protect your energy, a need to really like garner and foster and cultivate your wisdom amongst all of these challenges. Perhaps you're not taking your own advice as often as you should. Behind you, we have the Strength card, which to me, it's like maybe you've had like a really tough go with someone like, you know, either you're their lion or they're yours, right? And I feel like there's a need to kind of speak your truth here, to really allow yourself to get clear on what's going on and have honest communication about it. It's really not good to kind of put yourself up against a wall without really, you know, advocating for yourself. Near future, we have this Hanged Man, which could mean just kind of slowing down for a while, getting regrounded, stabilized in some way. And that's kind of allowing you to ease off of the momentum and all of the things that are kind of working against you. And it causes you to stop and to gain a new perspective. I feel there's something here about pride and ambition that's really coming through, and not being able to fully embrace something because of your own need to be seen or to succeed, or because you want to be seen in a certain light, right? But there's a sacrifice that you have to make. I mean, going in business for yourself, sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, like, you know, even though if things aren't going well and people think that things are going, people from the outside looking in think things are great, it's like, you know, you don't want to say that they're not, but it's just like all of it is just kind of your personal perspective. And so it's like, how can you reinvest kind of your mindset into a way that suits you and helps you and aids you? Here we have the Five of Cups again. So you're here trying to figure out solutions. You've already had to let things go, let things fall away. Maybe you know what's kind of being taken from you, what kind of, you know, almost is like pick your poison and then the poison cup falls over. It's like, no, actually have a glass of water, hydrate. Something along those lines. But you're changing how you invest your energy, and maybe there's a change in how you feel about certain things. And then death comes up, and so you're really seeing. I'm looking at these trees here with the branches cut off, And it's like you got to prune trees and prune plants in order to keep them healthy. And so like ultimately, what can you let go of in order for you to live a more healthy lifestyle, to feel better about yourself mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically? And then we have the Chariot card and the hopes and fears. Perhaps you're afraid of things going in the right direction and moving quickly. You know, come to terms with your own fears of success and maybe how you get in your own way. Sometimes people get so used to supporting others and being kind of a sidekick that it's kind of intimidating once you like take the reins and really lead the way on something. And then here in the near future, we have this Judgment card. This Judgment card's reversed, which means maybe you could be doubting the very thing that's calling to your soul. Perhaps you're putting limitations on it or trying to work in a way that you're used to when it comes to something that really needs to be worked in a more different, unique way, in a way that is unique to you, right? And so you've got to be able to step away from some of those cycles, some of those patterns in thinking and moving and choosing in order to really discern what needs to be done. You know, me kind of running my own business here, it's like I wear many hats, and sometimes I do feel forced to adhere to a certain schedule, you know, work a certain amount of hours. But at the end of the day, I know in my body and through my own emotions that that is not right for me. And it's largely why I ended up doing things my own way. So something for you to consider here. And then we have this Ace of Wands coming through. And it's like the universe wants to offer you something. But if you're working too hard and you're not getting creative, this Ace of Wands is not going to be visible to you. It's not going to be something that you're easily going to be able to recognize and accept. Because this Ace of Wands has to do with some type of new creative vision, a new way to move, a new path ahead. And you have to really get radical in terms of all of the things that you're used to doing and start doing them differently. It's like this huge turnover in energy that you'll be experiencing through the second half of March. And so lean into it. A lot of us are reinventing things, reinventing how we work alone as well as how we show up collectively and with other people. And sometimes that just involves a complete and total overhaul in everything that we thought we knew, and stepping into the uncertain ways of moving that are actually more natural to us. So anyways, that is what I have for you, Gemini. I hope that was helpful. Thank you.